Interesting thing that I just heard a few days ago. Something that the Leshem says. It's very interesting because it touches upon the topic that the Rebbe spoke about that he said was so important in Likutei Moharan, Torah Reish Pei Beis, that a person has to always find Nekudas Tovos inside of himself. And one of the Nekudas Tovos that he says to find is the fact that a person is a Jew. Now, it always bothered me, what is the point that he's trying to say? Of course, the fact that we're a Jew means that we get to do all the mitzvahs, and it means that that we have a tremendous special neshama, and it's very, very important and very understood. But he's talking about a person in Torah Reish Pei Beis who's so low and so far. What does that person have to be happy about that he's a Jew? The more obligations he has, it would seem, the more mitzvahs he has, the more averos he's doing. And if he doesn't do any mitzvahs, if all he does is bad things, so then why is it so good that he's a Jew? Wouldn't it have been better if you weren't born, or if you were born a guy, if you were just, the worst he could do is seven averos? So the Leshem explains this in a very interesting way. He says that every person, after he dies, he's going to have to fix what he did here in this world. And that time and that period of fixing is a very, very temporal. It's very, very temporary. After maybe 1,000 years or whenever Gehenna is going to be finished, this person will also be finished his tikkun. He will got to be cleaned and cleansed until his perfection and until he's completely clean once again. So really the difference, one of the main differences between a person who sins, a person who does so many averos here in this world, and a person who doesn't, is how much time he's going to have to spend in Gehenna. How hard is it going to be for him to clean himself? But in the end, everyone's going to come out clean. So a Jewish person is going to come out with the clean neshama, the special neshama that Hashem gave him. So it might be a little bit difficult, and he might have to work hard on it here in this world. And if he didn't do what he was supposed to, if he didn't try hard enough here in this world, he may have some time to put in the world to come, also in Gehenna. But in the end of the day, that's also going to be finished, and the fact that he's a Jew is going to last forever. So it's very similar to a mitzvah that a person does. If a person does one mitzvah, but the rest of his day he does averos, that mitzvah is going to last forever. Even if all his life he does averos, and on one day he does a mitzvah one time, that mitzvah is going to last forever and ever and ever and ever, and his averos will disappear. His averos will go away. So too, the fact that a person's a Jew, even if he never did a mitzvah in his life, if there could be such a thing, the Gemara discusses a number of non-rabbis, a number of kings or other people that don't have a chelik l'olam haba, the Gemara says, that they're going to be burning forever. And the Leshem explains it doesn't really mean forever. It just means forever as long as Gehenna is around. But once Gehenna is finished, Gehenna filled its purpose, cleansed a person, then that person will come out clean. Even Achav and the worst people in the world will actually become clean in the end. The Arizal and others say the phrase many, many times, Lo yidach mimeno nidach, that Hashem made the world so amazing and so perfect that Hashem has a plan with the world. It doesn't make sense that Hashem's going to make something that's not going to fulfill its purpose. Hashem does everything perfect. So in the end of the day, also we will become perfected, and also those people who never even did a mitzvah in their lives, that there could be such a thing. There probably isn't, but if there could be such a thing, the Rebbe says, L'chora, in Reish Pei Beis, he says that there isn't such a thing, because every Jew must have some nekuda tova, some good spark inside of them. So in the end of the day, that will be, even if they didn't have any mitzvahs, their neshama themselves, the fact that they have a Jewish neshama, will last them forever. And once they're cleaned, they're going to be clean forever. So I would say this is very, very similar to a mashal we could understand in our everyday lives. A person can have two pieces of clothing, and one of them gets very, very dirty. It's a very expensive shirt, but it gets very, very dirty. Much more dirty than a very simple rag. In the end of the day, you put them both in the washing machine, the rag stays a rag, and the nice white shirt, or the nice shirt, even though it got very dirty, it becomes clean again. So Hashem has some very special soap. and in this washing machine it works very well. Be'ezus Hashem, we should all be zocha to the soap in this world, which is Torah and mitzvahs, and not the soap in the world to come, which is a little bit more hot. Nowadays, also, our washing machine gets very hot. I have a washing machine, I think, at home that gets pretty much like boiling, so it could boil the clothes, and it makes it very, very clean. We don't want to have to go through anything like that. So the good advice for everybody is to learn Torah and do mitzvahs here in this world, and be happy with the nakudas tovos, with the drops of mitzvahs that we do, and try to do our best. Again, Rav Nosson, we mentioned before, Rav Nosson gives a promise, a guarantee that anyone who tries his best and really tries and doesn't give up will come to what he's supposed to here in this world, and won't have to go through all this horrible Gehenna. But a person should know that no matter what happens, no matter how bad he falls, no matter where he finds himself, literally, no matter where he falls himself, and even if he does give up, so he's going to be perfected in the end, he's going to be cleaned, and he will come out with a Jewish neshama. And that's why we have so much to be happy about, the fact that we're Jewish. Our neshama is special. Our neshama is so much more special than any goyish neshama or any other type of thing in the world, even more special than malachim. And in the end of the day, after all the perfection and after all the difficulties we're going to have to go through, all the tikkunim that a person has to go through, whether in this world or the world to come, he's going to come out clean. And that's worth it. So since we're mentioning soap, Rav Nosson mentions that very good soap is Rabbi Nachman's teachings. Rabbi Nachman said about himself, he said, Ani nahar matar mikol haksamim, that I am a river that cleans from all the different types of stains. So with our neshamas, with our bodies, which really the neshama can't get dirty. It's just our Yetzer Hara and other types of different aspects that are mislabish, that dress up themselves up on top of the neshama, so they get dirty, and we have to clean them. And one of the best ways of cleaning them is by studying and learning the Torahs of Rabbi Nachman. So that's what we're doing right now. We're touching upon a topic. Rabbi Nachman speaks about this idea of focusing on good points and realizing that even if you don't find any good points in yourself, you should realize the fact that you're a Jew is an amazing, wonderful thing. And that is Torah Reish Pei Beis. That is a teaching of Rabbi Nachman, that the fact that you're a Jew should make you so happy that you should be able to sing and dance in front of Hashem. You should be very, very happy to do mitzvahs, and it should give us a tremendous amount of chizuk. No matter what happens, after whatever a person experiences, a person is going to be clean. Now that cleanliness, in the end of the day, we're not just going to be clean, but we're going to have special neshama. We're going to have the clothing of a king, and not the clothing of a peasant or whatever. Our neshamas are made so special, and we should be very, very happy with that. Hashem should help us. We should all find the nekudas tovos inside of ourselves, find good points inside of ourselves, not just the fact that we are Jewish. We should also try to find mitzvahs. But if we feel like we didn't do any mitzvahs and our mitzvahs aren't worth anything, we have to remember we are Jewish. Again, for anyone who's listening who is Jewish. If you're not, there's also plenty to be happy about. But if you are Jewish, you have this extra special thing to be happy about, that you are Jewish. And this is going to last you forever. Hashem should help us all. Bez Hashem. Kol Tov.